All right, folks, it's Mike here with the Watch This video for Friday, October 20th. The SPY kind of rolling over today. The Dow was down 250 points-ish. You can't see it on this chart, but the 200-day is somewhere right around these recent lows. And I said this the other day, it feels like it's going to at least roll over and test the 200-day. But I also said I never make any money trying to predict where the SPY is going. And just keep that in mind, right? My favorite call from today, I took the screenshot. If you didn't make it to work today, this is what you missed. Matt posts MTC, the most interesting, and this is after I put out the afternoon announcement, hey, what are we all watching for the afternoon, right? And people chime in. Well, Matt gave the MTC most interesting, but not sure how to possibly play it. And then Wayne immediately chimed in, it's worth a shot if that 97 seller, or 97 is taken out organically. And he meant the 97 seller, and 97 was shorthand for $1.97. All right, so I'll go to 5-minute candles here, and I'll try to scroll over and show you. So you had really almost a perfect intraday cup and handle. It was extended on the daily, but there was a huge seller at 97. The earlier high, I think, was 198, right? And it gave, if you watched it at all, if you were there, it gave a classic, perfect, old school countdown at 97. I think anyone could have got in and gotten that. And it went pretty quickly to 248. And that was on about a dime risk. So there was a, excuse me, a 51-cent move on a dime risk. And there it is again. You kind of see the cup and handle. Anyway, love the teamwork. That was my favorite post from the day. Let's go back to the SPY and the daily. And as I said, we're looking kind of weak right now. Here's what I'm watching for tomorrow. Remember, this is a watch list. These are stocks I may trade tomorrow if I get an A+ setup. I don't have anything right now. I don't have any stocks I don't hold overnight ever, right? So this is just a template, if you will, of, hey, maybe these stocks, if we watch them on an intraday basis, we can catch a trade. I say that for a reason. I deal with people online. Like if I have, doesn't matter, stock XYZ on watch, and XYZ goes down tomorrow, right? Gaps down and falls 50%. Invariably, some asshole, I'm sorry, some nice guy, some intelligent trader on StockTwits will say, oh my God, and you charge for your chat room, right? You put this on, you gave the alert on this, or they'll say something stupid like that, right? And look what it did today. And you charge for your chat room. I can't get my head around people that don't understand what a watch list is. It's a watch list. Stocks I might trade the next day, right? So I shouldn't even harp on about it, but every once in a while I break down and let it get to me, which is I should be better than that, right? Anyway, so whenever I deal with that, though, almost invariably the next video, I'm like, okay, people, this is a watch list. Although I would say 99.9% of the people understand it, there's always some moron out there. So anyway, ICU, nice gap up today, pretty strong close. Goes on watch tomorrow. FNGR, still coiling. Still interesting over 7 maybe. We'll keep it on watch. TPST, just a recent high flyer. I'm not in love with this one. It feels like it still needs to come down some more, but it did close above the open today in a really weak tape, so it lands on watch. RBLX, nice move today and pretty interesting kind of over this horizontal line. So we'll see if it gives an A+ setup tomorrow. HUBC, I hate to say this, but this is probably my favorite one on the list. This massive volume back here. It's an Israeli security play. I think it's cybersecurity, right? And they got the pop originally with all these other Israeli stocks. Kind of went sideways for a week and a half, and it's starting to curl up again. Today's high, 64 cents, and then the most recent high, 80 cents. And then you even had this one high back here. There was no volume back then, though, but 83. So you could kind of see the stacked catalyst scenario that we look for. It's in a good space. So anyway, I will say it was over 70 cents a little bit ago. After hours, closes in 15 minutes. So other people must have seen this chart too, because it got a nice rally in after hours. But anyway, almost never do I trade penny stocks, but I do like the looks of this chart. So if I get an A+ setup, I will be giving it a try. NKTX had the big rip. Now you got 2 days lower on declining volume. I'm going to put that on bounce watch. AUMN, which is a gold miner, I believe. And gold was strong today, by the way. GLD. Yeah, look at that nice move in gold today. So it's weird. Yesterday, gold gapped up, closed about where it opened, and then today kind of ripped again. So yesterday this popped, but with gold strong today, this one kind of gave some back. So I don't know what to think of it, but I love the move it made yesterday. I'll give you the numbers. It went from 96 cents to $1.55. So you could argue it was due for a rest already. If gold stays strong, I love this as a bounce play tomorrow. I know it looks different than other bounce plays, but I'll call it a third day play. You had the pop, kind of a quiet day where it came down a bit, but didn't even eat, maybe ate almost half of this away on much lower volume. So I like that as a possible third day play. All right, AUMN. All right, LL Lumber Liquidators just goes back on Bounce Watch. It's almost filled the gap now after the news of a $5 and whatever it was, $5.30 offer for a buyout maybe. It's just gotten killed ever since. You can't help but expect a possible bounce one of these days. AEHR was on Bounce Watch today, just another red day, so it goes back on Bounce Watch for tomorrow. No trades in it today. RVMD, I did try one of those intraday curling up trades and lost on this one a little bit, but it didn't meet my break of the early high late in the afternoon parameters, but I thought it was worth on small shares a shot today, and I did lose on it. I like it more now than I did coming into today, though, because now you've got 3 days in a row right down near the 20-day, so I like it even more. So it goes back on Bounce Watch. MNTS, recent high flyer, and again, I'm going to give you some numbers. The low on this day was $1.76, and in a few days it went all the way to $5.95. Excuse me. And now you got a 2-day pullback back into the moving average. So I do like that for a potential bounce play. And then lastly, ALB or any other lithium play. They all look pretty ugly, but this is kind of getting ahead of itself, setting up for a possible snapback bounce. All right, I've babbled long enough. I'll see everybody in the chat room in the morning. Have a good night.